Hey everybody, it's your old pal Steve Moore here, owner of Run More, this fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. Today we have a big video today. We're going to be comparing 3 of Brooks's most popular models, and honestly, it's the 3 that we're getting the most questions on and how do they all relate. Obviously, Brooks is a massive brand and have a lot of shoes, but there are 3 really popular neutral cushion shoes that we carry here in the shop that are pretty much in all big running shops right now. It is the Brooks Ghost 16, it is the Glycerin 21, and it is the Brooks Ghost Max. They all have a lot of individual specific category things that they're doing. They have very specific specs that are awful different between the 3, and a lot of people have confusions as to how they all connect. And honestly, I think one of the most confusing parts is that there is a Ghost and a Ghost Max that really, besides the fact that they're neutral, have nothing to do with each other. But let's first dive in to the Brooks Ghost 16 because this is the new guy on the block. Coming out in May, this is your everyday neutral trainer. This is called a mid-cushion trainer, and for us, this is, as far as the Brooks go, our most all-around shoe. You know, we're gonna start getting into some of the more run-specific stuff on the next 2 models, but like that perfect all-around, I don't wanna say gym shoe, but like a cardio shoe, a weightlifting shoe, a work shoe, a walk shoe, a durable shoe, the Ghost kind of checks all those boxes. It has the highest drop of all the 3 we're talking about with a 12mm drop from heel to toe. It also weighs the most. On the men's side, this is a 9.5 ounce shoe, and on the women's, it's 8.5 ounces. So just a little more to it. It has more of like a denser midsole to it compared to the others, even though this is their new DNA Loft nitrogen injected midsole that we're seeing on some of the new stuff coming down the line. So compared to the old ones, this is a little more cushioned, a little bit more bouncy, but still the heaviest of the ones we're talking about. If you've been a runner for a long time, there's an excellent chance somewhere along the way you've been in a Ghost. So this is the new Ghost 16. Coming up the food scale, we're going to the Glycerin 21. This is a max cushion neutral shoe, and you can see also has that same DNA Loft version 3 nitrogen injected midsole. We just have more of it here. We have a higher stack height. We have a 28mm stack height down to 18. So this has a 10mm offset, a little bit less than the Ghost. But I will tell you, underfoot, you can kind of feel it. Even though it's only 2mm, I can feel immediately that this one's a little bit lower. And for me, this shoe also, you can feel the difference in the cushion to it. Again, it's such a small amount, but you can absolutely feel the difference in the cushion to it. So like if I'm going for a longer run, I'm definitely pulling the Glycerin, not just because it is a max cushion shoe, but because there's a little bit more of that DNA Loft nitrogen infused midsole. It does have a little bit more bounce to it. It feels softer underfoot. It has like an easier toe off to it. The Glycerin also has a couple things that are unique to this model that aren't available in the other 2 we're talking about. Specifically, this has a stealth fit option. I pulled this one because it is different than the other ones. Of course, it still comes in a traditional upper as well, but we've had a lot of people that are getting the stealth fit because it is different and it fits so well, unlike some of the other stealth fits and booty cup shoes we've seen from other brands around the way. This fits excellent, and it's a shoe you can wear casual or you can run in the stealth fit and not worry about too much like slip sliding away in the shoe. You're gonna feel nice and secure. It also has a stable partner called the Glycerin GTS 21. So if you're somebody who likes the stealth fit or likes the max cushion version of this but needs the stability, you can find that in the Glycerin GTS 21. So that's the Glycerin, and now the other new shoe, the Ghost Max. This came out in October of last year, but there isn't a number after it because this was the first of its kind. You know, we really hate saying that brands are trying to emulate others, but it's really hard to deny the fact that Hoka has sort of taken over the running world. You see them so many more places, and you know, I hate saying this was a Hoka shoe, but it was presented to us from Brooks as here's a shoe that we made that's trying to go after some of those max cushion neutral shoes that we carry on the wall with a lower offset in a really big package. So this has a 28mm stack height, same as what we had on the Glycerin, but it has just a 6mm offset. This also has the DNA Loft version 2, so it doesn't have the new updated version 3, but it has, to me, a much airier and lighter feel. And as we've gone through it, I find it interesting that this shoe weighs a lot less than this shoe, even though we have a tremendous more amount of stack height. And just when you look at it, it's just the volume in itself, you're much more in this, but it has such a light, airy feel to it. It does not feel heavy underfoot, even though it's got a lot more cushion. to me, this shoe is the best runner of the group. And again, I know everybody has their different preferences, but a 6mm drop for me when I'm running is much more in my wheelhouse. When I'm in stuff that has double digits or above, like I can feel the pressure on my toes. Like I can feel that the shoe is rocking me this way, and I can get a little like stiffness in my toe and such. But having a 6mm shoe like this is a perfect glidey shoe. This shoe also has a much more inherent stability to it than the other two. This shoe has like more of a straight lasty vibe to it, so on your heel you're getting more ground coverage to provide a little extra stability. If you're somebody who's rolling this way or that, you're gonna have a little bit more secure feel to it. I also find this shoe to be one of just the most comfortable shoes to putz around in, also because it is such a nice high cushion shoe, but it feels nice and light underfoot. I also describe this shoe as the most glidey shoe in my rotation. It's just one of the smoothest shoes, and for us, it's one of the least returned shoes, which, is always nice to say, especially because it is so different, and so many people were confused by calling it Ghost Max, and like, is this just a more cushioned version of the Ghost? Because that's in your head, I would think, right? Ghost Max, but wrong. Really, the Ghost Max, to me, is essentially what the Glycerin is. This, to me, is what a Ghost Max should have been called. Very confusing, but 3 different shoes from Brooks, 3 different offsets, 3 different weights to it, and honestly 3 different purposes. From the Ghost 16 at $140, 12mm offset, one of the best all-around shoes you're gonna find out there, to the Max Cushion Neutral Glycerin 21, $160. Super bouncy, nice 10mm offset, comfortable for long runs, long days. And then if you want to go to the super big boy, $150, the Ghost Max. It's glidey, it has a 6mm offset, which is very different from most of the other Brooks shoes out there. Has a really nice stable feel to it in the straight last package, in a lot of cool Orioles colors, let's go Birds. Hope that helps kind of clear up some of the differences between these models. And if you still have some unique questions, feel free to leave them down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. And if you wanted to purchase one of these fine products, if you enter promo code RUNMORE on our website, we'll have a link down below. You'll save 10% and we'll ship these bad boys out for free. And if you want to just support us in a fun, free way, like and subscribe to our channel. It's a really easy way to help us find new people out there on the interwebs. If you find yourself in the greater Westminster, Maryland area, stop on by and say hello and see all the fine products we have here at Run More. Happy running, happy spring, and we'll see you around town.